Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Conventional wisdom is out the door. We have little things that happen that can cause gold and silver to make moves in the other direction. I wouldn't call this a black swan, but an unexpected event, as gold has closed above $1,300 as Trump cancels his meeting with North Korea. Yes, this article comes to us from Market Watch. Gold rallied Thursday, settling above the key $1,300 an ounce level for the first time in over a week, as the U.S. stock market, dollar, and treasury yields declined following President Donald Trump's cancellation of a planned meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It seems obvious that the spike in gold is due to the cancellation of the summit with North Korea, Brian London, editor of Gold Newsletter, told Market Watch. June gold up 1.19%, jumped $14.80 or nearly 1.2% higher to settle at $1304.40 an ounce. The highest finish for most active contract since May 14th. Price had settled on May 17th at $1289.60, the lowest of 2018 so far. I will make note that $1,300 is sort of a psychological level there, and so who knows, maybe getting back under may be more difficult this time. We'll see. Prices for the metal had seen smaller gains before news, finding some support as minutes from the U.S. Federal Reserve's May meeting didn't indicate a more aggressive pace of interest rate increases was on the offering. Central bank officials backed long-standing market expectations for an interest rate hike next month. While another Fed hike at the Fed's next meeting in mid-June seems certain, the Fed minutes sounded more cautious about what would happen next, said Carsten Fitch, commodities analyst at Commerce Bank, in a note. The rise in gold prices intensified after news of cancellations of meetings broke. Although gold had been showing moderate strength in recent sessions, I chalk up today's spike to safe haven buying, and such moves are never long-lasting phenomena that investors should bet upon, said London. Still, getting back above $1,300 and putting such a buffer between it and the critical level does help the technical picture for gold. It also should be noted that there's some worry about the jobs numbers, as some of the unemployment has ticked up slightly past week. The upcoming Fed meeting, in which they're expecting rate hikes another quarter point, is also key for gold, said London. Gold is typically sold off prior to expected rate hikes, and then quickly rallies in their wakes. On Thursday morning, in a letter released by the White House, Trump told Kim that the summit will not take place and warned that U.S. nuclear capabilities are so massive and powerful that I pray to God they will never have to be used. The turn of events prompted U.S. stocks to extend earlier losses, though the declines have since been pared. The dollar and U.S. Treasury yields also saw sizable declines, raising gold's appeal as an alternative investment. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was off 0.3% and was off 0.4% at 24,801. And then talks about the dollar index was down negative 0.2%. And then going on, it says, at least for now, I think the North Korean talks, or lack thereof, are overblown, said Adam Coos, president of the Libertas Wealth Management Group. I don't think that this fear trade will last long term. And I actually kind of agree with that because, there was some talk that there was some explosions heard in North Korea, and that's them destroying their testing area, and which means they're kind of probably have to force their hand because there has been some talk that the testing facility was all but destroyed anyway with recent testing, especially the last test, and it caused quite a massive plume of radiation that is near the Chinese border, and it angered the Chinese. Koo said he expects gold to struggle to top $1,400 for any lasting period of time and will instead likely trade sideways in the same range we've seen between $1,050 and $1,400 the past 5 years. Gold is twisted and choppy trading over recent days, holding ground just above its lowest finish in the year notch last week when the dollar flexed its muscle against major currencies. Prospects for higher interest rates are typically dollar positive and a drag on gold. Renewed trade wars jitters Thursday also weighed on the dollar after the Trump administration said it was investing whether to slap import tariffs on cars. In other trading, July silver rose 1.7% to $16.68 an ounce. And then copper is mentioned, and palladium and the other metals there. Let's take a look at the metals here. And we can see that they're all up except for palladium. Palladium is down $4.55. Platinum is up. Gold is up $11, and silver's up 22 cents. So it is interesting, and we'll keep an eye on things, but I think this will kind of blow over. I think that meeting is mainly symbolic. I think that by and large, if what has been reported is true about the weapons testing site pretty much being destroyed or imploding by North Koreans' actions, they're kind of their hands are kind of tied, and they basically have to comply, and they're at a disadvantage. Make no mistake, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And it's always fascinating to see what happens with gold and silver in times like these. As I've mentioned time and time again, in times when there's some instability in the markets, gold and silver tend to rise. And we're seeing that as the case today. And that should give us all the more confidence in these precious metals to serve us in times like these. So post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.